I have these ideas sometimes. I think about things. I'm like, you know what I need to do? Is I need to build something that's never been done before in a carbon fiber wide body kit on a Civic EG. And it turns out to be a disaster. That's right. She pulled herself in under her own power. All right, guys, I know we left the last video off without, you know, completely finishing what was going on here, but as you saw, it was pretty ugly outside. It's been a couple of weeks, things are warming up now. We got a lot of work ahead of us. That piece that I showed you on the last video, that carbon fiber piece, took me about 10 days. We have 6 pieces to do. It's 2 months of work working on it every day. I think we're gonna jump into this. I think we're gonna start on this corner now. For people new to the channel, this is my piece of shit EG Civic, which I don't know what I've gotten myself to do, but let's take a look. So the fender's off, of course, but we have the fender over there with the carbon fiber piece on it. We'll get to that after. I did manage when I was taking it off in the -20 Celsius. I don't know what that is, like -5 Fahrenheit. I broke this mounting piece on the corner lens, which is fine because it has all this foam on it we need to get off anyway. Door hinges are pounded out. If you can see in there, do need to be done. I did get a kit off Rock Auto. I do have the side skirt laying over there. I was gonna start doing the molding on it and then I got distracted. I have no excuses. This is looking fine. We're gonna pop this off hopefully in this video. Things are looking good. It does run. I have not figured out yet why it is smoking so much. I may get to that in this video. It's gonna be a long video, boys. This one's actually pulling itself off. You can see right there. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. We have to reshape this one before we take it off. Because if you remember on the last video, or 2 videos ago, this side is actually taller than the other side. We have to fix that. We have a bunch of molding to do down there. There is so much molding and sanding ahead of me right now. It's actually a little bit hard to comprehend, but we're gonna get through it. Today's $1 million question, can we get this big one off here in one piece?
Yeah, I am a smart mouth. How'd you think I wonder where I am, who I am by now? Just another minute till we sisters sign off. So if you're not with it, wave bye bye bye. Babe, I got a third eye. I don't do receipts, I'm a witch, fill me up for my switch. I'm a bitch, I'm a devil in disguise. Got 'em hypnotized, they don't even know what it is. They're in on the rise, they're life lifetime. You cannot control this. Hype me up, we're gonna have a real bad time. They don't even know what it is. They're in on the rise, they're life lifetime. You cannot control this. Hype me up, we're gonna have a real bad time.
Okay guys, what I'm doing is I'm just going around and putting some of this wax all the way around the edges. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna seal the part off from the flange area or the barrier we made where the carbon's gonna overlay, and we're gonna put our tape and everything down. So I'm just going around, I'm making sure everything's nice and sealed, and I'm making sure everything's straight. There are a few edges that I've had to clean up with a little bit of wax, just where there's some holes on areas I didn't see. And then we'll move on to the next step. But this is our left rear quarter panel. You can tell it's got the fuel tank door on it. And I hope it looks good. This makes me nervous, but I'm definitely enjoying it. It's like ASMR, but we'll keep going here. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. It's been an interesting EG Civic build, that's for sure. And there's nothing cooler than an EG hatch, and then you add the wide body to it, makes it a little cooler. You add the carbon fiber, makes it even cooler. So let's keep on plugging away here. Got the tooling gel coat on, guys. Next up, we're gonna get our fiberglass mat on here. Probably gonna do 3 layers of 2 ounce, I think, but we'll get it on here and then let it cure.
They don't even know what it is. They're in on the ride of their lifetime. You cannot control this. Hype me up, we're gonna have a real bad time. They
I'm just fighting with this ignorant thing here. This is the problem with working with polyesters is they want to bind to each other, right? So we've got the polyester gel coat, the polyester foam, and then the polyester tooling gel coat, which we saturated in wax and PVA, but apparently was not enough. So I'm still fighting with it. It's been about 10 minutes and it's in there pretty friggin' good. But we'll keep battling away here. Wow, what a hole.
Wow, what a hole.
Okay guys, so we've got our negative mold here that we made from the foam positive mold that we made for the wide body. That'd be the left rear. This is where your fuel door would be on the Civic. I'm just going around and doing some touch-ups right now. I sanded this in 40 grit. I'm just doing some touch-ups on there. There's a couple low spots that I didn't want to risk the tape not biting to, the gum tape we're going to use after. So I'm just lightly going around, painting this, and filling all the low spots so that there's no sharp edges or anything like that. How's that? That looks pretty good.
Don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
So I'm letting that tooling gel coat cure over there on that mold. We're gonna start the left rocker mold next. I've been putting this off and dreading it. Okay guys, I've kind of got the mold to a decent point. I don't know, it's not my best mold by any means, but it is functional. Hey, if anybody happens to be in my garage and see my mic around somewhere, let me know, because I don't know where it is. Next steps here, we're going to wash this with acetone. We're gonna go all the way around it with some gum tape. What I was thinking was, because the fuel door goes here, we know we have a solid, like probably 3.5 inch, 4 inch drop here. What I was thinking is we're going to lay this in 2 pieces. I'm just not sure how to do it yet. This could definitely be 1 piece because this side here we're cutting out anyway. It's a lot of planning, guys. Okay, so we know we need carbon up here. We know we need carbon in here, we need carbon up here, we need carbon up here. So we're definitely not gonna do this in 1 piece because you'll never get carbon to make that turn, especially up here. So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces plus the main 5 pieces carbon. Let me check my math. Or carry the 1, 5 pieces of carbon. So I was recording for you guys, and I guess my memory card decided it was full, and that was the end of that. But anyway, there we go. So that is our left rear quarter panel. It turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna clean it up right away here. And there was one spot. So the original plan was I was gonna have this part here closed in, but I messed up right there when I put it in the mold. So we'll just open this up. We're gonna cut all this out for the wheel well arch and everything anyway. But nice and solid. It still has a lot of wax on it. Once we get this all cleaned off and some of this tooling gel go down here, it'll really pop. Right there, you can kind of see the line where the carbon 2-piece together. If we were to do it again, I would put it up here, I think. But being in this, it's probably $200 worth of material. I'm not about to go change it all over that. So either way, let's get it cleaned up here. so we have the side skirt to do next. The rear quarter's fitting pretty good. I might rebuild it. There's a few things I'm not happy with on it, and I'll show you if I do decide to keep it. But it's time to move on to the side skirt. As mentioned before, I've been dreading this. It shouldn't be too bad, but I've been dreading it. So anyway, we're gonna get into it. First, we're gonna use the hot melt glue. We're gonna get all our perimeter barriers set up. We're gonna use some wax on it, some PVA, and hammer down some tooling gel coat, and then some fiberglass. We got a bit of work ahead of us. You know what the good news is? We have to do this all over again. So I'm officially about 400 hours into that side, and I haven't even looked at this side yet. I don't know what I committed to. I don't know why I'm here doing this right now. And I don't know where my mic is. I've started cleaning the garage to look for my mic. I never clean the garage. I've started cleaning it. I'm usually tornado of destruction as I'm working. Anybody that's worked with me, you know that I create mess as I work. And I don't know where my mic is. All right, before we do it, I think I decided just now I'm going to keep this rear quarter. The reason being, it tells a story. It's the first one, that's the story. So I think we're gonna keep it. It's still really dirty, but I'll show you guys here. So I still have to get all the wax off, but I started wiping it off with some acetone. But if you look close through the wax, you can see a line, and it's gonna become very distinctive when this wax is off here. And that is this piece here. Now these pieces here, you can't see the line at all. Maybe you can see that one just a little bit. But this one, I don't know. I'm not overly concerned about it. There is a wave in the carbon, or weave right there. You just see it. It'll become more pronounced once we clean this wax off. So, sneak preview, this is the color we're gonna be doing in the car. I did put a little bit of Sharpie on there accidentally, I can get that off. So that's what it's gonna look like. The carbon and the pink. Then there'll be a carbon hood we have to do yet. It'll all be carbon, and then we have what we're doing right now back there, and then the side skirt. And then that'll be it for the video, because it's gonna be a long video already. And if you guys are still here watching the video, I appreciate you. Thank you. Here we go. Okay guys, so this is the mold for the side skirt. I've made the decision, I'm gonna take it apart now. It's not complete. So I have 2 layers on here of 1.5 ounce. The reason I'm taking it apart now is sometimes these molds don't work out. As you can see, this thing's 6 feet long. It's a lot of time to invest and a lot of cost to invest should it not actually be good underneath, because it doesn't take much to mess it up. So I'm gonna pull it all apart, and if it's good, I can always back it on the other side with some more fiberglass and resin, because I do work with an unwaxed resin. So I'm gonna get it all apart and we'll see what we're working with. Hopefully it's good. We can back it with some more resin. As we're backing it with resin, we can work on the rear quarter panel for the EG Civic. I think it's super cool. We're doing a carbon fiber wide body. Like, you don't see that. I actually just saw an R35 that had a wide body. It wasn't carbon fiber. So I think it's pretty cool. So we're gonna get this thing apart and see what we're working with. Oh my Lanta. That was over an hour of battling. Okay guys, so I just cleaned this off. Finally got all the wax off it. I'm gonna show you in a second. But first, this is the mold for the side skirt. I got it all trimmed up. I do have some concerns. I know how I'm gonna build the second one. Thank God we're building these twice, right? Anyway, let me show you here. Concerns are, see how narrow this is? Once I trimmed it and it cured more, if I was smart when it cured, I should have put something in here to keep this separate. This is gonna be a bit of a disaster for the layup. It's not the end of the world. I can make it work. Vacuum bagging down there is gonna be a bit of a shit show where it gets tight, but we'll figure it out. I've dealt with tighter before. No pun intended. Things are looking pretty fire over here. I don't know, I'm still on the fence. I do want to kind of build it again, but it does look pretty good. I got all the wax off of it now, and as you can see, things are looking pretty good. This is the transition I'm not happy with over here. It kind of ended up with a chevron. I didn't intend to do that. It should have been like this here where there was no transition. I'm not sure how I managed to do that. I must have had the piece upside down. Shit happens. So that said, I'm gonna get the car back in here in a minute and we're gonna put this on. I think first though, I'm gonna try and start dealing with the side skirt. This video is gonna be a mess. There's gonna be things all over the place. You guys aren't gonna know what's happening, but it's gonna be fun. I'm enjoying myself. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. We're gonna keep going. Oh, what a beautiful morning. It's like 8 degrees Celsius out there today. So today we are gonna start working on the rear quarter panel. Last night I did put the rocker panel, or sorry, not the rocker panel, the side skirt in the mold. I don't know what to think. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I do know I'm about to make a lot of noise at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday, but what are you gonna do, right? So we're gonna get this rear quarter on here. This is the left side. And then we have the entire other side of the car to do here. So we're 400 or 500 hours into this thing right now. We've got a long ways to go yet. The cool thing is we're over halfway though. Anyway, it's enough chit chat. Let's get to work. So traditionally what you'd want to do is, and this is on episode of Don't Be Like Steve today. So what you traditionally want to do is you would cut this out and then you would fold the inner up over and split it up. And then you'd tack weld it in place and then you'd weld it and seam seal it. Now the problem is, for those of you that don't know, I have an ICD, it's an implanted cardiac device and it's wired to my heart. It basically monitors, kind of like a pacemaker, it watches to see what my heart's doing. If it does anything funny, it shocks me, and it's 10 times stronger than a police taser. Where we run into issues is that ICD is monitoring things and things like high voltage, radio wave, whatever. Welders can set it off. So as much as I love welding, I'm no longer allowed to weld. So we're just gonna chop this apart and maybe use something to seal it. I'm not sure what yet, but anyway, it's gonna be fun. Okay, so we have the fender or quarter panel, rear quarter panel, left rear quarter panel, trimmed out for the wide body. The big expensive question is, does this fit? Because I've only test fit it a couple of times in foam form, but not carbon fiber form. So we'll see. What do you guys think? How's this look? Wow, ka-chow. Like my lightning queen, ka-chow. Anyway, see how it fits here. A little bit nervous, but and something like this is what we're looking for. Now, I don't know who the asshole is that designed this kit and put the hardware where they did, but I'd like to give them a knuckle sandwich right about now. And there we go. I found this random wire, pretty sure that's not an OE wire, especially with the electrical tape hanging down there. So we're gonna have to do something about that, but that's kind of what we're looking for. I think it looks pretty good. I'm gonna shift it probably 1/16 of an inch this way. It is only held on there by one screw holding it in right there. So it's still pretty loose. You can see that's what I meant. I left the back side of it open. I don't know, I thought it would look cool. You guys let me know what you think. All right guys, so I got the side skirt out of the mold. All right, I'm not proud of it. I mean, it's nice, it's cool. Is it something I'm gonna run? Probably. I don't know why I'm playing with my hat. Probably. To be honest, like the car is not amazing. I mean, I'm building it myself. I can see now why a lot of body kit companies do composite, what they do, fiberglass, and it's just much easier to work with. It's more forgiving and cost effective. I can see why now. Maybe a better way to do this would be if I fiberglass it and well, we'll get into that. I'll show you this first. So what I use to take the wax and grease off is I use this product. I got this Industrial Paints and Plastics. You can order it online. It's an awesome solvent. It is pretty strong. Make sure you use it in a well-ventilated area. But it wipes wax and grease off your composites like no problem. Use that with a little bit of blue shop towel with this stuff. You can see that at like Canadian Tire, Napa, whatever. Anyway, this is it. I got a few touch-ups to do on it, playing with my hat again. So this is it. There's shadowing coming off of here right now. So there's a low spot there. I'm not super happy with how the transition of the two pieces happened in the middle. You can see it better on the other side. Some sanding scratches transferred over here. Pieces I sectioned in here don't look great. They don't look terrible either. This is lower on the car, so maybe you won't notice as much. I must have tore the carbon right there. Yeah, you can see this didn't transition very good at all. This video is already up, so you guys know this hood in the video where I'm talking about why carbon fiber is so expensive, and you already saw how well this turned out compared to this. So, I mean, I don't know, again, I can see now why companies use fiberglass instead of carbon fiber, because they can charge a mint for it and it costs nothing. That piece right there in carbon fiber cost, you know, epoxy, I gotta put a layer of clear on it yet, everything, you know, you're probably a couple $100 to build that thing. If that was fiberglass, you'd be $15. So, I don't know, but I'm gonna get it mounted on the car here and we'll see how it looks. However, you guys are gonna have to come back because that will be on the next video. Thank you for watching and we will see you then.